Welcome back, students. Yesterday we have discussed. Yesterday we have discussed what is IC741 operational amplifier and how is it fabricated. That is, it consists of two differential amplifiers cascaded on its package. It consists of 8 pins. So what are the functions of different pins? What are the inputs? That is inverting input, non-inverting input. It has only one output, and then what is optional setting, how the optional setting voltage is minimized, how the operational amplifier IC is connected using dual power external power supply, and how the input voltage is given, how the input voltage is varied, and how its output voltage is measured, and what are the characteristics of operational amplifier like open loop gain, input impedance, output impedance, bandwidth, output voltage, offset voltage, common mode rejection ratio, power supply rejection ratio, etc. And what is virtual ground? How a virtual ground is connected in operational amplifier, and what are the difference between the ordinary ground and the virtual ground? And what is voltage follower? How the input voltage is followed by the output, etc. These are the characteristics and parameters of the operational amplifier. In this class, we see about the applications of the operational amplifier, the applications of the IC741. The operational amplifier is used to construct inverting amplifier, non-inverting amplifier, summing amplifier, difference amplifier, and to average the different voltages, that is the average the different input voltages, and operational amplifier as a integrator, differentiator, and many more applications are present in this class. First, we discuss the operational amplifier as a non-inverting amplifier. You know well that the operational amplifier has two inputs. One is non-inverting input, another is inverting input. It is inverting input, another is non-inverting input. In this circuit, it is the electronic symbol of operational amplifier. It is inverting input, non-inverting input, it is the output. The power supply is given here and here. Okay. See here there is a input resistor. The R1 is the input resistor connected to the inverting input, and this resistor is known as feedback resistor. It is connected between output to this point, that is inverting input. It is a input resistor, it is a feedback resistor connected between output and inverting input. As it is a non-inverting amplifier, the input voltage, it is E1, it is EMF. EMF is nothing but voltage. This voltage E1, EMF E1 is applied to the non-inverting input of the amplifier. See here a sine wave is drawn, so it is appear in the output without any phase reversal. See here. Now the input voltage is fed to the non-inverting input. In this non-inverting amplifier, the input voltage is fed at the non-inverting input, and the I1 is the current passing through the input resistor Ri, and it has no phase reversal. Already I told you. And the E output is the output voltage appears at the sixth pin of the operational amplifier, and this output voltage EO is equal to the input voltage E1. See here, this is the non-inverting amplifier circuit. It is the op amp, it is the feedback resistor, it is the input resistor. Just remove the operational amplifier. Now we get it is the output voltage EO, feedback resistor, it is a input resistor. Go to the next diagram. Here it is just like, it is nothing but a potential divider circuit. It is nothing but a potential divider circuit. There are two resistors, one is RF, another is R2. The voltage is given here. This end is grounded. The resultant voltage is taken here. What is the voltage here? It is nothing but the resistor divided by addition of these two resistors, R1 divided by R1 plus RF, and then the multiplication of this voltage EO. So it is as it is a potential divider, we get the output voltage R1 by R1 plus RF into E output. This voltage depends upon the value of feedback resistor and the value of input resistor. See here, from this figure we have taken E2. Already we told E1 is equal to E2. So E2, the EMF2 is equal to R1 by R1 plus RF into E output. On simplifying, the E output is brought here. So R1 by R1 plus RF is modified, and we know well that the gain, amplification gain, A is nothing but the output voltage divided by input voltage. Here, the gain of non-inverting amplifier A is equal to E output by E input. It is equal to 1 plus RF by R1. So that the output voltage E out is equal to 1 plus RF by Ri into input voltage U. When feedback resistance is equal to input resistance, the output voltage becomes E out is equal to 2 times of input voltage. So there is no phase reversal, there is no sign change here. So there is no phase reversal. So in the non-inverting amplifier, we can increase the amplitude. We can enhance the amplitude of the input signal without any phase reversal. This type of amplifier is known as non-inverting amplifier. Now we go to inverting amplifier. Operational amplifier as inverting amplifier. This amplifier also has the operational amplifier op amp. The resistor, input resistor R1 is connected to inverting input, and a feedback resistor is connected between the output and the inverting input. Here the voltage is E2 and the non-inverting input is grounded here. The input voltage, the EMF E1 is given to the inverting input through the resistor R1. The current passing through this resistor is I1. and the current passing through this feedback resistor is I2. Here input voltage E1, the node voltage E2 and the output voltage EO. In inverting amplifier, the current I1 is passing through the input resistor Ri and the current I2 is passing through the feedback resistor RF. We know that the algebraic sum of current meeting at a node or at a point is equal to 0. It is the node, the two currents I1 and I2 is meeting here. So the I1 is, that is I1 minus I2 is equal to 0. So I1 is equal to I2. I1 is equal to I2. In this diagram, the current I across the resistor, this is a resistor, the current passing through the resistor is I. At this end, the voltage, the EMF is EX. At the other end, the voltage or EMF is EY. We know well that a very famous law, Ohm's law, V is equal to IR. The voltage is equal to product of current and resistance. From this, the current is equal to voltage by resistance, that is the EMF by resistance. Here, the current passing through this resistor is written like this. So the current is equal to the potential difference between two end points of the resistor. It is the potential difference between two end points of the resistor, that is EX minus EY. This potential, this voltage, this EMF is divided by the value of the resistor R. So the current passing through the resistor I is equal to EX minus EY by R. Okay. In this diagram, from this diagram, the I1 is equal to I2. I1 is taken as E1 minus E2 by R1. Here E1 minus E2, it is a potential difference and the resistance is R1. Here the potential difference E2 minus EO and the resistor is RF. E2 minus EO divided by RF. That is E2 minus E output divided by RF. Here the node voltage EMF E2 is taken as 0. Due to the high impedance, high input impedance of the operational amplifier, the voltage drawn there is equal to 0. So E2 is taken as 0. So this equation is modified into E1 by R1 and this equation is modified into minus E output by R feedback. On further modification, the E output becomes minus RF by R1. So E output is equal to minus R feedback by R1 into the input voltage EI. If we take the both resistors R1 and R feedback, if you consider R1 is equal to R feedback resistor, both are equal, so it becomes unity. So the output voltage, the output EMF is equal to negative sign of input voltage. So it reverses the input. So it gives the 180 degree phase reversal. So it is called as inverting amplifier. It inverts the input voltage in the output. Okay. Now we will discuss the operational amplifier as summing amplifier or adder. What is summing amplifier? The summing amplifier adds the input signals, the input voltage, and gives the addition form in its output. It is basically an operational amplifier circuit which combines the number of input signals to a single output. If we add more input resistor to the inverting input terminal, each equal in value to the original input signal, we end up with another operational amplifier circuit called as operational amplifier. This summing operational amplifier. It is summing inverter, or we can call it as a voltage adder, summer, summing amplifier, etc. We can add more input resistance depending upon the number of input voltages. See here, it is the circuit diagram of summing amplifier. You know well, it is the operational amplifier. It is a inverting input. It is non-inverting input. It is the feedback resistor connected between output and this point A, that is the inverting input, and the different input resistors R1, R2, R3, they are connected to the point A, that is to the inverting input, and the three voltages E1, E2 and E3. E1 is passing through the resistor R1. E2 voltage, second voltage, is passing to the resistance R2. The third voltage E3 is passing through the resistor R3. The current passing through the resistor R1 is I1. The current passing through the resistor R2 is I2. The current passing through the resistor R3 is I3. And the current I4 is passing through the feedback resistor. And the I5 is the current passing to this amplifier through the inverting input. And E4 is the EMF between these 2 points. E output is the output voltage appear at the pin 6. Now wait, discuss. We know already about the inverting amplifier. It also a inverting amplifier. It adds the input voltages and gives in the output as the addition form. From the algebraic sum of the current meeting at the point A is equal to 0. So I1 plus I2 plus I3 minus I4 and minus I5 is equal to 0. Here minus I4 is leaving from this node, and I5 also the current leaving from this node. So I4 and I5 are taken negative side here. So here I5 is equal to 0, that is the current drawn by the operational amplifier through the inverting input is taken as 0. As the op-amp has high input impedance, so the current drawn by this is equal to 0, that is the current I5 is taken as 0. So that I1 plus I2 plus I3 is equal to I4. We know well that the current is equal to the voltage divided by the resistance. I is equal to V by R. That is, V is the potential difference between two end points of the resistor. So I1 is taken as this voltage given here is E1 and the voltage here is E4. So E1 minus E4. This is the potential difference E1 minus E4 divided by the resistor R1. And I2, the current I2 is written as the potential difference E2 minus E4 divided by the resistor R2. And the current I3 is written as the EMF E3 and it is E4. It is a potential difference E3 minus E4 and the resistor R3. And the current I4 passing through the feedback resistor is taken as the potential difference between two end points. Here E4, here EO. E4 minus E output divided by the feedback resistor RF. So here we will know that the E4, the voltage EMF E4 is 0. So we apply the 0 here, we will get E1 by R1 plus E2 by R2 plus E3 by R3 is equal to minus E output by RF. From this, we take the values of the resistance, that is R1 is equal to R2 is equal to R3 is equal to feedback resistance. So the R1 is equal to R2 is equal to R3 is RF. The equation modified into E output is equal to sum of E1 plus E2 plus E3. So the output is reversed one due to the input voltages are applied at the inverting input. The negative sign is came here. So the output of the summing amplifier, E output is equal to sum of the input voltages. This is the sum of the input EMF E1 plus E2 plus E3. So in this simple summing amplifier circuit, the output voltage becomes proportional to the sum of the input voltages E1, E2, E3. If we need more input voltages, we can add the more input resistors to the inverting input. So today we have discussed the summing amplifier and inverting amplifier, non-inverting amplifier and etc. So write the question and answer in your notebook and scan this copy and send it to me. Okay.